Hi, I'm Buddy Gott, and welcome to the debut episode of Gott Reviews. I've done reviews here on my channel before. They were primarily music reviews, and I'm still going to do those from time to time, but the main focus is going to be book reviews because I'm a very avid reader and I'm reading more books, I think, than ever before in my life. I've been doing reviews on my website, and I hope maybe you can check that out too. It can be found at www.buddygott.com. I'll have a link here on the site for that. And I'm also doing them on Goodreads. So if you want to check out those things, please do. Anyway, let's not waste any more time here. The first book I'm going to review is Chris Kattan's Baby Don't Hurt Me. The name Baby Don't Hurt Me, a lot of you may know. It's from the song What Is Love, which was a big focal point of the movie A Night at the Roxbury, which starred Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell. And it was a funny movie. It's silly. Oh my gosh, it's silly, but it's one of my favorite movies. And it's a movie that I guess it did okay at the box office, but it wasn't a big blockbuster hit that enabled Catan to move on to a bigger movie career. I've always thought he should have a much bigger career. I've thought that he was incredibly talented on Saturday Night Live and A Night at the Roxbury and in other things I've seen. So that meant that when I saw this book came out, I was very curious to read about it, read his story of his life, his career, see maybe some different things that happened to him that may be the cause for him not moving forward. And I'll tell you, it was a really good read. It goes into what you would expect. It delves some into his childhood, which was a very interesting childhood. He kind of had this mix of, I'm not going to give away too much here, but he spent part of his time after his parents divorced living with his mother and stepfather on Mount Baldy, which was a famous retreat for people doing meditation and various things. Like Leonard Cohen was there for many years in a monastery. But anyway, that's not too important here. Although I love Leonard Cohen, but Chris did that, and plus he was with his dad in L.A. and his dad was a comedian and actor, and he was part of a group called the Groundlings. He was, I believe, one of the founders of that comedy troupe where a lot of people have started out. Anyway, and it's somewhere where Chris later on trained to be a comedic actor. He trained there with Will Ferrell and some others who grew to be popular. Then he and Ferrell went on to do Saturday Night Live together. And it's really interesting that you'll hear different names mentioned. Not that he's a big name dropper, but any autobiography of a celebrity, you're going to see that. But different people who trained there with the Groundlings and that he worked with at Saturday Night Live. And I don't know, I geeked out on it because I love that kind of stuff. And I love that era for entertainment and comedy in particular. So if you like that kind of stuff, you may want to check it out. And as to what I said earlier, in terms of, maybe why his career wasn't bigger than it was, well, I can't say was in the past tense. The guy is still with us, and I wish him the best. And who knows, he might be more popular later on than he's ever been. But it does go into that. He's had some problems over the years, and both professionally and personally. And of course, Hollywood and show business in general, it's sort of a crapshoot, isn't it? A roll of the dice, where it's not necessarily, a performer's fault why maybe they weren't more successful. And I'm kind of rambling here, but you know what the best thing to do would be? If you're interested in this book, I highly recommend. I'm going to go with the word recommend because that's an actual word as opposed to what I was starting to say there. So oh my gosh, I recommend that you check it out. Baby Don't Hurt Me can be found on fine bookstores or in fine bookstores. It's probably not on top of the bookstore. It can be found in all places to get books, folks. Check it out, okay? Baby Don't Hurt Me by Chris Kattan. Also, despite my silliness here, or maybe in part due to my silliness, I hope you return again. I'll be doing videos regularly. I'll have another book review coming up probably within the next couple days. So thank you for stopping by. Go check out Chris's book. Really, it's a good, entertaining book. You learn a lot about him and a lot about a very interesting time period in showbiz comedy. So thank you again, and have a wonderful day.